And so Amelia Watson is right now streaming Lego Star Wars.
Yo.
Look at this title. Wessa played the Star Wars Lego game. Haha, Roger, pew pew.
Well, I think it's supposed to be Wisa played the Star Wars Lego game. Roger, pew pew. That's pretty good. Amelia's she knows what she's about.
Why is she so base?
I mean, facts.
Oh my god. Hello everyone.
Howdy.
And welcome back to your favorite show, the DCOM podcast.
The DCOM podcast.
We watched Teen Beach Movie, the 2013 DCOM. That movie's bad.
But
what do you mean? But the movie's bad. It's entertaining.
It's so much like it's not the same bad as Camp Rock was though.
Yeah,
because there was just so much more entertainment value.
Okay. So here's the difference, right?
Okay.
So Camp Rock is like a 3 out of 10. While Teen Beach Movie is like a 5 out of 10. You feel me?
That's a pretty big difference. Though.
Yeah, but you feel me though.
I do feel you. Yeah, I wouldn't give Teen Beach a 6. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like I was thoroughly entertained.
Absolutely.
For most of the runtime. Anytime a song started, I slept because the songs were bad.
Wow, bold. I thought some of them weren't that bad.
None of them did anything.
They weren't diegetic, but they weren't supposed to be.
That's not a problem. They just didn't function. They performed like the movie stops when a song starts.
Correct.
It does not inform you anything.
Mm-hmm.
It does because usually like even older ones would inform you either what's happening in the plot to push like what would be a story segment forward quicker,
right,
or get across like a character thing quicker.
Mm-hmm.
These songs did neither.
Yeah,
these songs stopped the movie to be like, ooh,
musical,
fun.
Yeah,
okay.
Like the only ones that really had quote unquote exposition was the one where they first got isekai just to introduce the characters.
Yeah, that one's like probably one of the better ones.
Right.
But like the one that comes to mind is this one of the later songs when they go like, oh no, like it feels really late for the song to show up when she's like, oh no, we are more a part of the movie, and they have that whole sequence of like, oh, we have to try to stop.
Yeah.
Like dancing and singing.
The
like
self-aware one.
Yeah, that song, if they were going to do that scene diegetic, would be 3 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
But instead it's a 5-minute song now.
It didn't need that song, and as much as I loved the Slumber Party song, you could have cut that one and nothing would have changed.
You could have cut a lot of songs.
It's true.
That's what I mean. Like they don't function in the movie. I also like for people who haven't watched Teen Beach Movie, all of you out there, right?
Yeah, every single one of you.
Every single one of you. When I saw the title Teen Beach Movie, I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a teenage rom-com with a beach setting. And then I was told it is a reference to West Side Story, and I'm like, okay, it's West Side Story on the beach. That sounds reasonable. Why is this an isekai story? Why did the cast get isekai'd to a West Side Story beach setting whatever with Lazy Town villains?
I loved them.
They're great.
They were
they were the stars of the show.
They were in so little, but every time they were on screen,
they gave it their all.
They really did. It's quite good.
They have their stupid machine with all the buttons and levers.
The lightning bolt lever is so important. So important. And then it was left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, there's a second movie. We'll watch that next time.
Yeah, we'll report back.
Did you like the movie?
I would say I enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
It's not one I'd probably want to watch again.
I would never want to watch like any of these again.
Because like I was a little bit looking forward to Starstruck.
I'm never want to watch Starstruck again. That is because
I watched it like 20 years ago and hadn't watched it since and remembered enjoying it as a young person. but now having
That
watched
movie's
it,
bad.
it's pretty awful. The girl is insufferable.
The girl in Teen Beach movie is like halfway there.
Halfway.
She's halfway.
She's trying to just be the foil to the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's the one who's like, she wants the plot to progress, but the movie won't let it. You know? She's like, please, movie, can we have some plot? No, you're gonna sing for another 5 minutes.
Facts.
But I liked the biker introduction song at Big.
That one's
Big
my
Mama's.
favorite.
That was really good.
The biker is obviously the best ones.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of the surfer characters.
I wasn't really into them either.
And I'm like, you all can leave. Bikers,
lead
cool.
bikers, man. His arms, bro. His arms were so big.
Like at first, I was like, you have this pseudo turtleneck thing going. Like, why are you going to the beach? And then I looked down a little bit and suddenly went, look at those shoulders. Jesus, those pecs. What's wrong with this man's arms? They're so good.
Where do you get off, sir?
Can we just put a bag over your head?
And just, cut your voice box out as well so you don't talk.
It's fine. It's fine. So
Quite
what we're
good.
saying is you all should, all of you with a DCOM account, you get on there right now.
It's not Disney Plus. It's it's for DComs only.
Only DCOM. And you watch Zombies 3.
Yes. Oh, imagine if there was a tier system for Disney Plus where you had to buy the individual collection packs of stuff.
Oh no, I would just buy DCOM.
Like you had to buy the Disney Renaissance pack, or
the Disney Renaissance pack would be split into 3.
Yeah,
gotta split it up. You have the princess movies as one package.
Shit. Yeah,
and it's double the price of the other 2 packages.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Right. There we go.
Mm.
But all right, we what happened last time with Sammy and friends? We chose to stick it out, wait for Nick.
Yeah, we're doing the Nick route.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we ditching Murdoch. We're ditching Cliff.
We'll probably see William.
We'll see.
Is this game where you pick a route and that is you see this person pretty much only for a long time?
Yeah.
I see.
Well, because it's like Murdoch has a day job,
right?
And Cliff has a career.
It's not like it was a plan to get together with close friends.
No,
so it's not like we're trying to see the others.
So it's like they gone. They gone. Well, that's fine. All we need is Nick.
Yeah.
All
you need is Nick. Da, 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 da. It's a song.
Okay.
Except I replaced one word with Nick. So
okay. And Nick is a fan of ducks, so he's a fellow ally.
Ally.
So that's why we stan him.
But I mean, so is it that because bird or
because bird?
Okay.
Bird.
I consider ducks a little bit set apart because they're aquatic fowl.
Are you saying
waterfowl.
seagulls don't count?
Seagulls are like that weird bridge, right? They fly a lot, but they also hang out on the water. Ducks are like, yo, I am so about this water.
Some there are dogs that like water,
but they're never going to be a dog that is the most about water in all of history is never going to be half as much about water as a duck.
Yeah, the ducks just be that way.
They do.
They're
like a different category than say your primary forest land birds, your land birds, if you will.
Darian, you're stupid. It gets quiet real quick, and I wonder why. The thing should be bustling this time of night. Then, of course, I remember what's happening outside, and that Harlan would have locked up if he knew what was good for us. Sure enough, when I make my way into the saloon, it's completely empty. Even Harlan isn't here. The bar is empty.
I really like the word saloon. It's a good word.
It sounds like the mob has mostly moved away from right in front of the brothel, and I'm only occasionally able to hear a holler every now and then. I hear that. I like it, though. Finally a moment not to be nagged by William, or my other clients, or even Cynthia. I have this reputation of being a sad loner, and while that might be true, I don't mind at all. It's nice to be alone, and it's a crowding, a crowding city. Crowding?
Mm-hmm.
In a crowding city, like Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough people appreciate that. I make my way to the bar, deciding to help myself. Sure, we aren't supposed to drink on work nights, but I'm under too much pressure right now, and I need something to take the pressure off. Quietly, I move behind the bar, glancing at the hallway just to be sure no one's coming behind before I snatch the bottle of whiskey from the cabinets. I pour myself a drink into a small glass that I plucked off the bar, and not really bothering to check if it's actually clean. I do feel guilty about messing around with Harlan's stock, especially after he told me about how low it is. To make myself feel less bad, I skip rummaging around for the sugar and bitters. Keep it neat and only one glass. My stomach is mostly empty, so that should be enough. I sit at the bar, staring into my drink for a moment, and knowing that what I'm doing right now isn't going to help me out of this mess. It's only making it worse. Even as I'm thinking this, I take my first swig, then lean back, grimacing at the burn. Extra sharp because it's rye. Here I am, making a weak attempt at getting goddamn canned, when I could be making double off that prissy little Batavian
Oh, he's here. Speak of the devil. This is Nick's route. Go away. The fuck?
You don't like this little stout?
I like him, but we're not here for him.
You know, like, look, this is a needy little bitch.
I believe it. He looks like one.
This is a needy little cum guzzler. Hello, Samuel.
You know whose Sona is also a stoat? Ryan's. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, he's a cum guzzler, that's for sure. The last of my mouthful goes down completely the wrong way.
I'm gonna send him that clip once this episode goes out.
Like 2 months from now?
Yeah, like a year from now. Bless it.
The harsh but kind of pleasant sting in my throat suddenly becomes hellfire that spreads down into my lungs and up into my nose. I try to cough and gasp at the same time, having no choice but to dribble and snort into my glass as I don't make a mess. Oh dear, Samuel, are you quite all right?
He is cute though.
Shaking my head. Shaking my head. The weasel pats uselessly at my back until I push him away, trying to wipe my mouth and nose without him seeing. Christ! Were you trying to sneak up on me? I managed to get that out before a twinge in my throat sends me into another coughing fit. No, I walked towards you very openly. You seemed distracted by your drink. I finally caught my breath, though every time I suck in some air, my raw throat threatens another fit. I slouch in my seat, looking dejectedly at the rest of my drink, looking mighty putrid with my spit and snot floating around in it. Drink it.
Ugh.
I even considered just drinking the rest of it, but I take it all as a sign that I should stop. Looking around my feet, I find one of the spittoons and drop the rest of the whiskey in it. I'm sorry. Would you like me to buy you another? I wipe my face one last time, shaking my head. We're closed, so we ain't got a bartender. Well, would you like me to make you a drink? I raise a brow. You know how? No, but I can always try.
Oh my god.
Don't bother. I sigh deeply, rubbing my face with my paws, feeling much more awake after nearly being murdered by my own whiskey. Seems I'm causing trouble here wherever I go, eh? I sniff loudly, waving a paw. It's fine. I shouldn't be drinking anyway. Yes, I was surprised to find you this way. I imagine alcohol would have a negative effect on your job performance. I lean forward, propping my elbows up onto the bar and resting my head in my paws. Maybe I shouldn't have kissed this guy. But I did come looking for you to see if you'd found your client. I suppose you have not seen him? I think for a moment, remembering that I'm supposed to be looking for Nick. But after seeing the deserted saloon, I just taken the opportunity to get away from everyone. Again, we're closed. Well, if that is the situation...
So needy.
He's a needy little meow meow.
He really is, though.
I close my eyes, taking a deep breath, and knowing what's about to be asked, and knowing that I'm going to accept. I need to be working. Do you think that you'll be able to fit me in? Cliff cuts himself off, looking towards the back of the saloon. I do the same, knowing that the back door is only used by us brothel workers and a few familiar customers. I can tell by the sound they're making that they're big, and for a moment I worry that maybe the unrest outside is about to spill into the brothel. But then whoever it is pokes their head slowly around the corner.
There he is! He is here!
Look at him, he's
He
got
is
the cute
here.
little sweat drop because
says-
he's a nervous
he
little
says,
guy.
He says, "Huh."
Nick looks about to say something to me, but then spots Cliff. Cliff actually jumps, taking a step back. Oh! It's quiet for a few seconds, and then the badger straightens up, trying to look like he wasn't just sneaking around.
Hello.
I smile without meaning to, like I usually do when I see Nick. Howdy, Nick.
Oh, he says howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Cliff seems to recover, the inside of his ears turning red. Oh, hello there. Samuel, I thought you said we were closed. We are, but looks like Harlan forgot to lock the back.
Sorry, should I be leaving? I was not sure if all of the saloon was closed. Oh, he's blushing. Look at him.
Just a little bit.
Look at
Just a
him.
little bit.
This guy.
Now Nick's ears are turning red. Well, isn't it clear? Isn't it clearly closed, or? Then the weasel's face lights up. Oh, might you be looking for a madame of the night?
What?
I close my eyes in frustration. Nick is a private man, even more so than other men like us. I mean, services that satisfy more carnal desires. Nick is quiet, and I start to open my mouth to tell the weasel to scram back to the powder room, but he's already talking again. A prostitute? Another awkward second of silence before Nick finally decides on how he should react to that.
What? Definitely not. Why would you assume that of me?
Oh, I meant no harm. I simply assume based on the situation. Cliff takes another step back, moving behind me.
He's so bad at this.
What do you mean?
Talking to people.
He's a stout.
You hear that, all you stoats out there? Josh doesn't think very much of you.
I think very little of everyone.
This is true. The bar is not very high, but even so, it's there.
The bar is very low. It should be easy for you to meet it. I finally step in. Hey, it's okay. Nick doesn't involve himself in that debauchery. He only comes here for a drink. I see the badger slowly relax as I wink at him.
Yes.
My apologies. I shouldn't have assumed. Nick doesn't say anything in response, and Cliff just squirms around in place. Cliff, maybe you should go see Cynthia. She's waiting for you. I suppose. But the weasel doesn't move, and just as I'm about to ask him to leave, in a not as nice way, Nick starts walking over towards us.
Is this a friend of yours, Samuel?
Cliff stiffens again as the badger approaches, and I remember just how big Nick might look to someone new. Especially someone like Cliff. Yeah, this is Clifford.
I am Nick.
Nice to meet you. If you don't mind my asking, are you from around here? Your slight accent tells me you might be from outside the country. I see Nick bristle a little, probably because he's not used to someone prying into his life. No one really does that around here. Or maybe he's just offended at having his accent pointed out. He'd practiced not sounding foreign for a long time, and he barely has an accent now. Actually, he talks better than most people around here.
I am from Lakia, but I've lived in this country since I was a young man. You do not sound native either, by the way.
Well, none of us really are we? But you are correct. I am Baftavian. It's quiet as Cliff waits for Nick's reaction. Finally, the badger only gives him a deep in response. I try to think of something to say. Aren't you guys from, like, the same place?
Same place?
Surely you heard us name 2 separate countries just now. I frown as they both stare at me. I mean, from the same area. I try to think of the goddamn name of the place I probably haven't said since school, which was a while ago. Now I'm the one turning red as they both stare at me like I'm stupid or something. It's 'cause you are, Sammy boy. Europa? Yeah.
So?
Don't you have...
Huh.
Don't you have stuff in common?
Might be a little bit of mistype. Probably just don't.
Don't you have stuff in common? Stuff to talk about.
It's just like for Samuel, you know? Perfect.
Yeah.
No.
Our countries have no relations whatsoever, especially with the state of the continent right now. This would be similar to saying that you and a Sonorian...
Sonoran?
Soren? Have much in common. We don't even speak the same language. Now I'm just getting annoyed, realizing how foolish Cliff might think I am right now.
But you are foolish, Sammy boy.
Yeah. Well, we use pesos around here sometimes. Even Nick looks like he's laughing at me, and I decide I've had enough. With this little smile.
It's pretty good.
Little guy.
He's so small, but not so small.
I think you should quit, quit keeping Cynthia waiting. I thought we were going to. Go. I keep myself from raising my voice, but I give him a look like I really mean it, and he seems to take the hint, like he's finally realizing that this is my customer. Oh, I'll take my leave then. Pleasant meeting you, Nick. I feel a little satisfied now that he's the one feeling stupid. It's just the kind of person Samuel is. He's taken his, like, it's the rare Samuel W, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, he thinks he's the hottest shit. You know, fuck everyone else. Everyone's a fucking moron. That's Sam.
Sam is used to the common Samuel L.
Yeah,
you know,
the
like...
common, but yeah, the Chad Samuel L, if you will. You know, the virgin Sam W pops up every once in a while, but you know, it's not really that. It's not really a whole lot of anything. You know?
It's fine.
It's fine.
The weasel scurries off back to the hallway, and I wonder if he's actually going to see Cynthia. He needs a room for the night.
Mm-hmm.
He seems odd company for someone like you.
I barely know him.
Does he know your work?
Yeah.
He does?
Nick, even if he knows you're my customer, he's not going to tell. He wants to be my client, too.
Oh.
For the first time since he got here, I see the badger relax completely.
I do not like that he assumed what I am here for.
Yeah, I don't think he thinks much about what he's saying. Already got roughed up for talking too much. I stand up and Nick follows me, taking the familiar path to my room.
He should be careful.
Nick lowers his voice as we move into the hall, aware of the muffled talking and laughing behind the doors.
Such talk can get you killed around here.
Once we're in the room, we're both able to drop our guard. And Nick doesn't hesitate to hold me when I lean forward to rest my head against his chest.
Are you alright, Sam?
I'm tired.
I am as well.
I slide my paw up and down Nick's broad back, still impressed with his size, even after a year of knowing him. You're late.
Yes, I'm sorry. The union organized the demonstration and I had to go with them to show my support.
I pause, thinking. Then I start to feel a little uneasy because I remember why I'd wanted to see if Nick was here in the first place. I saw it. I heard it too. Is something shooting? Is someone shooting?
Yes, but it was only to warn. It gave me a chance to leave, though.
I'm glad you did. Been hurting to see you. I try to change the subject, only because I'm worried that Nick really has put it all together. Nick huffs in my head fur as I squeeze him against me, and at the same time, he starts to rub at my back, and then lowers towards my tail.
We are worried after what they found, of course.
Makes sense. The whole town is. I start to slide my paws up Nick's side, pushing his shirt, and just wanting to distract him at this point.
You're moving fast.
Too fast.
It's fine. It's just unusual.
Like I said, I've been missing you. I stop trying to take off Nick's shirt because he's not lifting his arm to help me. I settle for letting my paws rest under his shirt, against his broad side, feeling his breath. For a moment, I'm worried that Nick's gonna bring up the demonstration thing again, but he surprises me.
Did I interrupt an appointment?
I frown at the badger, confused. Duh. Then I realize what he's talking about. Oh, Cliff? No, he didn't book me. I was waiting to see if you'd show up, and you did. I start to lean up to tease his mouth with a kiss, but he drops his head, sighing loudly. What?
He was a paying customer, yes?
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna tell Nick that he was gonna pay double. Nick pays, because Nick pays less than half. I try to nuzzle him again, but again he turns his head.
You should have taken him. This is your work, and I am wasting your time if there's a fully paying customer available to take it up instead.
Hey, you were booked.
And I was late. You need money. I shouldn't be coming here.
I glare, my relief at the change of topic, dissolving into just being annoyed. We've talked this over before. Hey, we figured this out a year ago. I'm not booked up every single night. Madame Dora said it was fine to have a lower-paying customer fill the gaps. And Nick keeps frowning. No, this is part of the business. No guilt needed. So don't you go moping all night. The weasel is gonna book me later anyway. And Nick doesn't say anything, which is something he does a lot. Besides, you make up the difference in company. I want to see you, which is more than I can say for most of my clients. And Nick smiles at hearing that, even though he's trying really hard not to.
I don't know why. No one else wants to see me.
That's only 'cause you're big and they don't know you're nice, and that's 'cause you never talk to anyone. And Nick rumbles, out a deep badger growl, the kind that rumbles in my own chest.
Hey, I'm just as mean as other men. They know what they will lose. They know that they will lose teeth if they talk to me.
Even though he's kidding, I kind of like hearing him talk like that, and so I lean in to kiss him on the mouth. And this time he lets me.
Welcome back to After the Cut, everybody.
Yeah, editing. Isn't
Josh
that
has
fun?
to edit. It's crazy. So strange.
It's fine. It's fine. There's gonna be more of this episode anyway.
Yep. So we just got the
What private time with? Well, paid time with Nick.
paid private time.
Paid private time.
But Sam is okay with it.
Yeah. The badger's quiet for now, staring at the ceiling, his big paws behind his head. Now I gotta ask you if you're the one that's alright. Nick takes a deep breath, letting it out.
Yes, I'm just tired. I hadn't expected for that to happen.
I shrug. Me either, but it looks like you needed it.
I suppose I did. It's been a long while.
You don't get much privacy in that shack place you live in.
You mean the bunkhouse?
Yeah, that place. Don't you have a shared room with a bunch of men?
Yes, about 8 in a room, sometimes more, if we have a lot of workers at one time.
So you ain't got no time to take care of yourself. I bounce my rump gently against the badger's crotch, making him grunt.
Well, no, not really.
That sounds like a terrible situation to be in.
Well, if you're desperate, you can find a boulder to crouch behind. That or the outhouse.
I wrinkle my nose and Nick laughs.
I know it's not pleasant, but you can always find a time and place if you must release your tension. Some men don't even hide it. They'll stroke themselves openly on their beds without so much as a shrug.
I stare. Now, why would they do that?
When you live in such close quarters with other men, you just stop caring, I suppose. And they assume that no man would be interested in watching.
Have you done that?
Of course not.
So finding time for yourself is just too out of the way.
Well, I have trouble getting aroused when I'm not near someone. I need another body to hold on to, I suppose.
I think, frowning. Why don't you just use your imagination? That's what I did until it became my job.
I think I just have a bad imagination.
So you're thinking of moving out of that place?
Well, yes. The goal is never to stay in a bunkhouse. You're there until you find a gold vein and strike it rich. Or you give up and leave town, whichever comes first.
I'm guessing it's usually the last.
Yes, but I've seen 3 men get lucky in my time here, so I'll stick around a while longer.
That makes me happy, so I keep cleaning him up before reaching for a little bit of dried rosemary that I keep in my bedside drawers. I crush it up and then rub it into his chest fur, hiding the smell of his cum. It's something that I've seen foxes and otters use to cover up their musk smell, but only the dandy ones. Some customers like to have the smell of sex not covered up too, especially if the sex smells like seed, is everywhere but their own crotch. But they're walking out of a whorehouse where the only male whore is. And Nick likes to be extra careful. As I'm doing this, though, he sighs again.
Sam.
Fuck. I keep myself steady, focusing on rubbing in the rosemary. Yes.
I don't want to ask this.
Fuck. Then don't. Most things are best left unsaid. And Nick waits patiently for me to finish, then speaks again.
But did you know Jack?
My stomach drops, even though I know this was going to happen, no matter how much I try to fool myself. Jack. I tilt my head. At the same time, I start to think hard. I'll be able to overpower any of my clients, knocking them out, even kill them if I had to. Probably not William, but definitely not Nick. I'd probably be able to run.
Because Jack bunked with us and he didn't do a very good job of hiding his preference. He once said that he did not know mountain lions could have white fur.
I numbly realize that my paws have stopped moving. They just rest there on Nick's chest.
Well, he didn't show up for work, and we all assumed he got tired of the job, but he's been found, and now we know what happened, mostly.
Duh. I can't put words together in my head.
Sam, do you know what might have happened?
I open my mouth and I can't speak, even though I try to say something to pretend I don't know shit, but when nothing comes out, I have to settle for a weak shrug. And Nick sighs deeply, his chest rising against my paws, and it's only then that I realize his own massive paws are holding my wrists, gripping my wrists. I'm starting to breathe hard.
Sam, I know you were involved somehow. You walked from the mines with a busted head, a beaten face, the very same day Jack disappeared.
I start to pull away from the badger, but he doesn't let go. Let me go. My voice is dead, but Nick doesn't let go. He only holds on tighter, and when I try to lean back to kick against the bed to give me leverage, he leans up and I'm instantly pinned by his strength.
Listen to me. I know, Sam. I can see it on your face. But you need to listen to me before you do anything else, because your life depends on it.
I stare like an idiot at the badger, wondering how things changed so quick. Apparently, I'm bad at lying, even though I had thought I'd been keeping up a pretty good ruse this entire time. Which, with one question, Nick crushes my resistance I had with the simple, obvious truth that he had known the second they found Jack. Okay, this part's running a little long, so we'll end the part here.
Okay.
So we'll see you around, everyone.